This course, as has been shared by the Master of Ceremony, is aimed at enhancing our capacity in integrating gender in peace support operations. We had 6 modules that covered various basics, focusing on the peace support environment with a specific intent to identify how gender can be mainstreamed within the various functions, be they military, police, or civilian within theater. It was facilitated by 5 subject matter experts, 2 of whom are Gambian, and we also were privileged to have 3 facilitators from our last course. We ran a similar course in May this year, and 3 GAF officers helped to facilitate these sessions. Today we are very proud to share that these 3 have completed level 1 instructor delivery and are well on their way to becoming accredited gender instructors. Of course, pending their participation in the Gender Train the Trainer course. I want to thank specifically Sergeant Gomez, Sergeant Sane, and Sergeant Sambu for their remarkable effort, not only in researching, but also delivering the assigned course sessions and also managing the training environment. As we end this course, I wish to congratulate all the participants for having fully participated in the course. Not even one of you fell along the way. Sir, we had 39 participants, 24 male and 15 female, who came from both the military and the police. We had participation also from immigration. This mix provided a platform for a diversity of ideas and quality discussions. Participants gladly shared their experiences from personal level, and even those who have been in the peace operations before. This was very encouraging. In the syndicate assignments, participants also demonstrated their ability to reinforce the gender message on various platforms. I'm very glad that the director training is here, and my hope is that the training school can consider conferring some of these brilliant participants the responsibility of delivering gender training, not only in pre-deployment training, but in other available training opportunities. We look forward to working with the training school and the Gender Directorate to strengthen Gambia's compliance to peacekeeping standards. If we collaborate well, together we can raise the profile of the Gambia Armed Forces at the global level. In subsequent courses, we look forward to training more senior officers so that we can have institutional strengthening of the Gambia Armed Forces. To our distinguished participants, you shared in your final evaluation that you have learned something out of this course. Today, we look into the next 12 months with hope, and we shall not only implement our individual action plans, but also bring change. I promised to reach out to all of you, and I will in 12 months, to just make sure that what you promised you actually did it. So God bless you until we meet again. Funga!
Sela giving us a course highlights of the Gender in Peace Support Operations training that was conducted here at the Joint Officers Mess over the past 2 weeks. Next on the program, we have the presentation of certificates. However, before we get to that item, please allow me at this juncture to recognize the presence in our midst of one of the Gambian facilitators, Priscilla Yakusise. Hope I got that right. I hope the other facilitators are here too. She's the only one. All right. Thank you. So now we get on to the presentation of certificates to a selected number of participants. It's, I understand the course is organized into syndicates, and the presentation is going to be done to only the syndicate leaders, because we have, time is not on our side. So the certificates will be awarded to syndicate leaders, and also to personnel from the sister security services, namely the Gambia Police Force and the Immigration Services. The liaison officer will also be awarded a certificate, and also the course facilitators. First, we shall begin with the liaison officer. The liaison officer for the Gender in Peace Support Operations is an officer of the Gambia Armed Forces who has been nominated to facilitate and also ensure that all the logistics and administration for the smooth conduct of the exercise is achieved. And he is none other than Captain Abibala Jeng. May I now invite Dr. Stella to present a certificate to the liaison officer, Captain Abibala Jeng. A round of applause, please. The next set of certificates will be awarded to members of the sister security services. May I now invite Chief Inspector of Immigration, Sana Balde, to please come forward. And Corporal Nyara Jaju of the Gambia Police Force. May I kindly invite Maureen Obai to kindly do us the honor and present certificates to our colleagues from the sister services. Round of applause. The next set of certificates will be awarded to members of, or the syndicate leaders for syndicates 3 and 4. May I invite Warrant Officer Class 1, Usman Bow, to please come forward. His certificates shall be presented by the Director of Training and Doctrine, Lieutenant Colonel Omar B. Bojang. Round of applause, please. Sir, may you please stay around for a while. The next to be presented is the leader for Syndicate 3, Captain Mariama Jata. Congratulations and thank you, sir. You may take your seat. Please allow me to invite Captain Omar Koli, who is the leader for Syndicate 2, to come forward. May I invite the representative of the Chief of Defense Staff, Colonel Musa Tarawale, to present a certificate to the leader for Syndicate 2. So I would think you will do us the honor to hang around for a while to do the set of the other presentations. Last but not least is Syndicate 1. May I invite Lieutenant Colonel Mai Toure to please come forward for their certificates. Thank you very much, sir. I think for that presentation. The last set of certificates shall be awarded to the course facilitators, who are the Gambian course facilitators. They are as follows: Sergeant Sambu Joseph, Sergeant Gomez Edmond, okay. The course facilitators, I understand, are Sergeant Sambu Joseph, Sergeant Gomez Edmond, and Sergeant Sane Maimuna. They, having gone through the previous course, have been found worthy to be qualified to offer this type of courses, such as gender in peace support operations. May I now invite Madam Priscilla Yaku Sise to do us the honor and present the certificates to these course facilitators. With that, we have come to the end of the presentation of course certificates. Next, we shall have the vote of thanks by one of the course participants. May I invite Sergeant John Maimuna to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of our colleagues.
Auzu billahi minas shaitani rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Chief of Defense Staff, who is represented by his military assistant, Colonel Musa Tarawale, Director of Training and Doctrine, Lieutenant Colonel Omar Bojang, Director of Press and Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Lamin Sanyang, British Peace Support Team, Africa, senior and junior officers here present, the media fraternity and fellow course participants. All protocols duly observed. Good morning to you all. I am Sergeant John Maimuna. It is a great pleasure and gratitude to give a vote of thanks on behalf of my fellow course participants, as we are gathered here today to witness our graduation. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to the GAF leadership and the GAF leadership for the foresight and creating this opportunity for us to participate in this training. The course offered us an important and dynamic experience in our military career. It is an important and dynamic experience because it dealt with keys, sensitive and important issues in our profession as soldiers, especially when we find ourselves in peace support operation environment. The areas covered include international legal frameworks, gender mainstreaming in peace support operation, conflict analysis for gender perspective, gender exploitations abuse, gender responsive monitoring and reporting respectively. Going through these modules, we have learned new ideas, and this has enhanced our knowledge in analyzing how men, women, boys and girls are affected in a society, especially in a conflict environment. The factors responsible for those suffering and possible solutions. The power walk practical lesson was the highlight of this course. This has given us a clear picture how people are affected on their population, on their political, economic, and social status, as well as their gender. Accordingly, I want to thank the facilitators for taking us through this course. The skill, knowledge, and experience gathered from your mentorship are remarkable. Your methods of teaching and lectures were well-detailed and resourceful. We appreciate your effort, and once again, I thank you all. I want to assure you that the knowledge gained in this course will be our guiding principle, and that we will share the knowledge to our colleagues in our units who are not opportune to be part of this course. To my fellow participants, knowing the common say that whom much is given, much is expected. So I challenge you and challenge myself to share this knowledge gains in this course with our colleagues in our various units. You will agree with me that no army can be effective without efficient and regular training. Therefore, I am confident that the level of magnitude of training received in this course will be undoubtedly paid dividend. Accordingly, once again, I thank the GAF High Command for the confidence they have in us, for giving us this opportunity to participate in this course. Therefore, I'm appealing the course to continue because it is not only important in our job as soldiers, but it will help us in a success conduct of military peace support mission. On that note, I thank you all for your kind attention.
That was Sergeant John Maimuna delivering the vote of thanks on behalf of the course participants. On this note, it is we have reached the climax for this very important ceremony, which is the Gender in Peace Support Operations Training for members of the armed forces, as well as our colleagues from the sister services, from the police and immigration department. The next item is the keynote address by the Chief Guest of Honor. And like I said, the Chief of Defense Staff would have loved to be here himself to grace this occasion. However, he has sent his military assistant, who is also the director for security within the Gambian Armed Forces. And he is Colonel Musa M. Tarawale. It is my singular honor and privilege to kindly invite the representative of the Chief of Defense Staff Colonel Musa Trawale to deliver the keynote address by the Chief Guest of Honor. Colonel Trawale, sir.
Thank you very much, Sergeant John, for that wonderful vote of thanks. The course organizers, Dr. Sela and Maureen, the Director of Training, the Gambia Armed Forces, Defense Headquarters, Lieutenant Colonel Omar B. Boja, the Director of Press and Public Relations, Gambia Armed Forces, Lieutenant Colonel Lamin K. Sanya, our dear sister, Madam Crisella, course facilitators, the liaison officer for this course participants, members of the press, good morning. Good morning, sir. At the onset, permit me to express my sincere gratitude and honor to be here this morning to make few remarks on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, who, due to other engagement, could not be here with us on this very important occasion marking the end of training on gender in peace support operations. Thus, on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, men and women of the Gambia Armed Forces, I wish to express profound gratitude and appreciation through the course facilitators and, of course, the British High Commission to the British Peace Support Team Africa for providing the necessary support and funding for the conduct of this critical component of capacity building for members of the security forces and the Gambia Armed Forces in particular in the context of gender in peace support operations. Today's ceremony is a culmination of a 2-week-long training marking yet another great achievement in the development and capacity building of our men and women in uniform in the context of mainstreaming gender in all our operations in order to better equip you in the discharge of your constitutional mandates. Ladies and gentlemen, the primary missions of militaries the world over is the preservation and defense of territorial integrity of their countries. This mission has never changed, but the environment in which we operate as a force is gradually changing as we continue to face new security challenges. It is therefore imperative that you are often trained to perfect your skill under challenging circumstances. It is in this regard that the Military High Command, in collaboration with our partners, such as the United Kingdom, will continue to devote considerable efforts and resources to build up your capacity. The Gambia will continue to partake in international peace support operations in fulfillment of her international obligation in pursuit of peace in the world. Peace support operations are usually conducted in heterogeneous communities that have people who have different needs, priorities, and resources. A careful study and analysis of the communities indicates that the most influential factors affecting them in meeting their needs is their gender. Therefore, understanding the gender dimensions of armed conflicts would enable peacekeepers to better understand the conflict and the communities that you will find yourself working in. Ladies and gentlemen, conflict situations have been further exacerbated when peace support operations fail to consider gender-based dynamics. Experience has shown that local people, especially women, appear to be more comfortable when approaching female peacekeepers on issues of sexual assault, domestic violence, or even with requests for assistance. Therefore, the participation of women in peace support operations alongside their male counterparts has a positive impact on the general perception of women's rights and which ultimately contributes to improving the perceived status of women. By employing gender perspective in their operations, peacekeeping personnel can strengthen their relationship with local populations, increase their effectiveness, whereby enhancing their abilities to respond to specific protection needs, upholding international standards and fundamental human rights through an improved understanding of the situations. Pursuant to the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325 of 2000, the Gambia Armed Forces will continue to ensure increased participation of women in peace support operations, as well as at every level of decision-making process in regards peace and security. At this juncture, I want to congratulate the participants on the successful completion of the training. And I'm convinced beyond all reasonable doubt that having gone through 2 weeks of intensive training in gender in peace support operations, you are better prepared and equipped to make valuable contributions to any peace support operations that you may be deployed to. And I want to implore you to share the knowledge that you have gained here to those of your colleagues who were unfortunate to be part of this training. To conclude, I want to once again extend sincere appreciations and thanks on behalf of His Excellency the President, who is the Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, and the entire membership of the Gambia Armed Forces, and of course, members of the other security forces who have personnel as part of this training. Our appreciations to the United Kingdom government for giving the necessary support and funding for the conduct of this very important training. Once again, I want to thank you very much and thank you for your kind attention. All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
That was Colonel Musa Trawale, the military assistant to the Chief of Defense Staff, who also represented the Chief of Defense Staff on this very important closing ceremony for the Gender and Peace Support Operations Training organized by the Gambia Armed Forces and the British Peace Support Training Team, Africa. With the keynote address, we have come to the end of this closing ceremony. However, we shall proceed after this to the photo stand downstairs for the group photograph.